Hey guys, it's Dan, your host of TWD Reviews, and today I'm back for another Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead video for today. This one's going to be talking about a very legendary Walking Dead character right here. This one's going to be for the man himself, Morgan Jones, Evolution from The Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. Okay guys, just going to be doing a video for today. This one's going to be doing another Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead video for today. This one is going to be doing our weekly character evolution video. This one is for Morgan on Fear the Walking Dead and The Walking Dead. So, I do apologize for a bit of a late upload today, guys, but, better late than never. I just didn't get a chance to, obviously upload the video at normal time like usual. But now it's time to do a evolution for Morgan, which I gotta say, this one in an alarming way won the poll. I think it was like 61% this week. So yeah, a lot of people wanted to see a Morgan character evolution. So let's talk about it. We got a long, kind of character arc to go through here. So let's start from the beginning with season 1. So Morgan in season 1 obviously is the man that saved Rick Grimes. Obviously we get to see him and Dwayne, and he's not really ready to, kind of let Dwayne, be out there. So of course they don't go with Rick, and he can't either, put his wife down. So they decide to stay back. So good story for one episode. Good story for a character. Good evolution, I would say. In season 3, he returns, and then of course we find out as he freaking stabs Rick that the dude has gone crazy. He has lost his son. He, had to put down his wife, but when it was too late and when she was already killing, zombified and eating his son alive in front of him, really just some brutal stuff there. But I definitely have to acknowledge that I think he had a good evolution in season 3 because he changed so much from when we saw him before. So for that, I think Morgan in season 3, he went crazy, but man, he was good. Now season 5, he makes a return, and then obviously he's kind of in this more like all life is precious type of role. Obviously he doesn't kill the wolves. He, ninja fights them, but he doesn't kill the wolves. And of course, we know why. It's because of Eastman and what he tells him. But of course, he does save Aaron and Daryl, and he does finally, by the end of the season, actually find Rick. So that's really cool. Very, very cool to see that as well, too. And again, he changed a lot from season 3 to season 5. So definitely good evolution for the time he had there. Now, season 6, he became more of a main character. Of course, we found out his backstory. And here's not here, obviously, finding out that all life is precious, Eastman turning him into a psycho, to making him appreciate what he still has, making him appreciate life more, kind of bringing him back, giving him the staff, teaching him the fighting skills, and basically, essentially, by the end of the episode, Eastman does unfortunately get bit. Morgan almost wants to go crazy again, but then he kind of doesn't. He snaps back, and then of course he watches Eastman die, buries him, and deals with his death, and then of course goes on his own journey. But obviously this is when Morgan kind of pissed me off in season 6, because I like Morgan all the way through, all the way up till here, but the part I didn't like is when he captured that freaking wolf, and he thinks that the guy's just gonna change. And I hate what he said to Rick as well too, where he's just like, what did he say? He's like, Denise, if it wasn't for the wolf saving Denise's life, then she would have never been there to save Carl. I'm like, but Denise could have just been inside of her house the whole time, and the wolf not being there at all, and, Denise could have just been in her house, no interruptions from the wolf at all, and she would have never been in that predicament, and then could have saved Carl anyway. So it's a full circle just because the wolf saved her life. I'm like, bruh, if she didn't go with you to check this wolf and see like that, that wound he had, then she would have been in her house when the walls fell. She would have been in her house, and she would have been probably able to save Carl sooner, So I just, what Morgan says there to me doesn't make too much sense. But again, that's just me. Now, essentially, after that, we get to see a really just an interesting route for Morgan. He essentially, he's building the cell. He doesn't really want to kill. He doesn't want to go to the satellite station, any of that kind of stuff. But I don't like what he does to Carol. He turns her into, like, a pacifist. And, of course, he feels like it's his mission to go after her. So that is exactly what he does as he kills the savior that's about to kill her. So not a terrible evolution for Morgan in Season 6, but man, there are some things that annoyed me with Morgan in Season 6, I gotta be honest. So, then Season 7, of course, he's kind of deciding to just stay at the Kingdom. Not a fan of that. I think he definitely should have gone back to Alexandria and told Rick and the others, kind of like update them on what's going on. But essentially, he really grows a bond with this kid named Benjamin, obviously, and we see that kind of gradually go through. He's dealing with what Ezekiel's doing, you know, kind of these drop-offs, the Savior's kind of keeping the peace, and then essentially when, you know, when Benjamin gets killed because of what Richard wants to do, and when he finds out it's Richard, oh my god, no. Morgan goes full back to what he was in Season 3, even to a point when after he kills Richard, he said that that's why Dwayne had to die. I'm like, oh my god, this guy has just gone fully back. So obviously, it's crazy because Morgan's going back to this clear mode, but then that sets up Season 8 in a crazy fashion. So Morgan's evolution in Season 7, I like it because it starts off peaceful. You think his character is just whatever, and then, man, by the time you get to Bury Me Here and you get to, you know, throughout the rest of the season, man, I mean, what the hell? Like, honestly, this was crazy. So, then Morgan in Season 8. So, I like Morgan in Season 8 because he gets the job done. I like his evolution. I like how he's just like almost this killing machine. It's like if he's after you, you know you don't have a chance of survival. But there is one flaw though. As much as I love Morgan in Season 8, I love when he rips the guy's guts out. I think he's got some really cool kind of techniques. I do have one flaw, and it's, you know, the whole Gavin thing. Like, oh, you know what it is. You know what it is. I'm like, yeah, what is it? Like, seriously, what is it, man? So, that I wasn't sure about, to be honest, because Morgan's just like, and he's like, you know what it is, you know. I'm like, okay, buddy, does he? I don't know what it is. Can you tell me in words what it means? What it is? Like, oh man, that was a bit much, but I will give Morgan credit in Season 8 because he got the job done and he killed Jared, so you got something there. Now, of course, after that, he leaves the main show, and now it's time to go over to Fear the Walking Dead. So, in Fear the Walking Dead Season 4, Morgan's okay in the first half of Season 4 because I like his friendship with John Dory and Althea, specifically John. You know, John kind of wants Morgan to be with a group again. He knows that Morgan kind of needs that, so he keeps kind of pulling him back in. And then Morgan, likewise, also does the same thing with John. When John wants to give up and think that, you know, Laura, who he thinks is her name at the time, is dead, Morgan's like, look me in the eyes and tell me that's what you believe, you know? And then I'll go on my own, you know? I think, honestly, it's really, really good to kind of, just for those two characters, and I think it worked out good. But throughout the rest of the season, you know, when he tries to help Martha, and he says that he used to be like her, I'm like, bruh, are you telling me, Morgan, you used to be like her? Okay, so did you go around with walkers on a stick with this stupid look on your face? No, you didn't. So, it's like, man, honestly, that made no sense. Honestly, the reason why Morgan went after her made no sense. So, Morgan in Season 4, rather crappy evolution, but not terrible in the first half. Now, Season 5, for me, it's when it gets worse. The only thing I like about Morgan in Season 5 is Morgan and Grace. I like that Morgan found someone in the apocalypse like that, and I think the relationship throughout does get better. But the problem about it is that Morgan is, and I'm sorry, like, Morgan in Season 5 is a pacifist. He's a pushover. He just, honestly, this guy, you can do whatever you want, and he would just, you know, give you a free pass. So, Morgan in Season 5, very frustrating. But now, okay, so that evolution's not good. Season 6 of Fear the Walking Dead, however, love it. We've got Morgan, who gets shot by Virginia. He then gets saved by Isaac. Emil is after him. He kills Emil. Yes, he actually kills Emil. You won't do it. You didn't do it then, and you won't do it now. He does it. And he, of course, you know, goes after Jenny. Morgan Jones is dead, and you are dealing with somebody else now. So much of him in season 6 was so great. He gets Daniel to help him out. He takes out those guys on the road from the end of the beginning group. He, you know, you remember when he takes that guy, you know, from the SWAT vehicle, and he's like, "You lose something? Because I think I found it," you know? And just a great story for him in the first half of the season. But in the back half, he spares Virginia, which it's like, okay, like a bit more on the pacifist side again. He says that we're not quite there yet with Dakota. The one thing I like is when he fought Riley and the men, but again, like, yeah, you know, it's just one scene, and he probably should have finished Riley if we were in a realistic situation here. But either way, though, Morgan, and plus, I mean, he saves Teddy. I mean, he does a lot of weird stuff in that season. But here's what I'd say about Morgan in season 6. he's got a good evolution to start, and then it kind of mellows out. That's kind of my thoughts on Morgan for Season 6. So, and that is Morgan's story, guys. I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about Morgan in the Walking Dead franchise, be it the Walking Dead television show or the Fear the Walking Dead series? And of course, I definitely want to hear that from you guys in the comment section below. And of course, guys, if you're new here, click to subscribe and shoot them send my Walking Dead videos or Fear the Walking Dead videos. Follow me on Walking Dead Videos, guys. And of course, I'll see you guys really soon for another video for Fear the Walking Dead. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys, and peace out.
Anybody out there?